All right, let's get into it. We're going to explore how you can manage your emotions to build up that momentum you need, so you can finally start moving forward on your biggest goals.
So, does this sound familiar to you? You've got this crystal clear idea, right? A big dream, a major project. But when it's time to actually get started, you just can't. You feel completely and totally stuck.
Well, guess what? There's actually a name for that invisible force that's holding you back. It's called an energy block. And yeah, it's the thing that makes moving forward feel so incredibly difficult, even when you know exactly where you want to go.
So, the big question is, how do we break through it? Well, the first step, it's probably not what you think. It isn't about taking some massive action. Nope. It's actually about getting perfectly clear on your destination. We're going to call this the dreaming state.
And that brings us to this idea of the dreaming state. So what is it? It's that really powerful moment when you know the specific outcome you want, even if you have no idea how you're going to get there. It's all about locking in the what before you get bogged down in the how. Think about an architect. They have this incredibly vivid vision of the finished building way before they ever draw up a single blueprint.
And listen, this is absolutely crucial. This dreaming state, it isn't just some passive fantasy. No way. It's the solid foundation, the starting block, that you're going to build your entire plan on. This is where we start to structure that journey forward.
Okay, so once you've got that dream locked in, we can move on to the method itself. And it's a pretty simple 3-step journey that's designed to get you past that energy block for good.
Okay, here are the steps. And I've got to stress this, the order is incredibly important. So, number 1, we focus on ideas. Number 2, we manage the process. And number 3, we create the program. Now let's break down what each of those really means, shall we?
All right, step 1. It's all about the ideas. But look, not just any ideas. We're focusing only on the ones that will make achieving your goal feel, well, easier. So ask yourself, what are the core concepts, the key ingredients that would actually simplify your path to success?
Next up, step 2, managing the process. And this isn't about just sitting back and hoping for the best. Nope, it's about actively using specific techniques to make sure you succeed. This is really where you move from dreaming to doing, but you're doing it strategically.
And finally, we have step 3. This is where the whole thing comes together. You take those ideas that make things feel easy, you take those strategic processes, and you build them into a concrete plan, a program of events. This becomes your roadmap, your weekly schedule. Basically, the actual recipe that makes your success feel practical and, totally achievable.
Okay, so let's say you've defined your dream and you've actually worked through these 3 steps. So what happens next? Well, the result isn't just a plan on a piece of paper. It's a fundamental shift in how you see the entire situation.
And this is the cool part. Once those pieces are in place, your mindset just starts to change. That challenge that looked like a giant, insurmountable wall, it doesn't look like that anymore. Instead, you start to see the path right through it.
You know that awful feeling of being stuck? Well, it just starts to dissolve. Why? Because now you have a clear, structured view of exactly what needs to happen. You can see all the little pieces required for movement to begin, and suddenly, everything seems possible.
And that clarity, that's the key. That is the exact moment the energy block shatters. It's what allows real, meaningful, forward movement to finally begin. You're not stuck anymore. You're in motion.
So I'll leave you with this one final, powerful question. Right now, thinking about your dream, what's the very first idea, that one simple thing that makes it feel just a little bit easier that you can focus on today?
So when Gina offered me the opportunity to do this, I jumped for it because I think anything that you can do that is going to chip away at these limiting the beliefs, the things that hold you back, is really, really worth doing. So it's been a really lovely experience, and if anybody's a bit worried about it, just do it, because the opportunity to connect through havening is really, really powerful. It's really, really powerful.
But really helpful, I think, in terms of having that kind of guided process just to kind of let the ideas and the feelings and the images flow, and then try and work out what it actually means afterwards, and to come up with, and it made intuitive sense. It's really, really helpful to then kind of have that debrief of, okay, what can we actually do with this stuff? Because that's where we tend to get stuck, is kind of like coming out of it going, oh, this is all some really interesting ideas and thoughts and feelings and images. But yeah, then, how can we actually harness them to do something different? And I think that's been really, really helpful in terms of clarifying really what I need to prioritize to go forward in a way that will deal with some of that stuff that came up.
I would like to point out that I'm actually a therapist myself, and sometimes therapists also need a therapist. So I was really stuck, and then one day a friend posted a link for Gina's wealth and money attracting short course, and I went, this sounds great, I'm just gonna book it. And I loved it so much. I really had an epiphany on that course, and it was only meant to be a demonstration, and yet it was really it just opened up something, possibilities that I was stuck before, and now like, ooh, I can use this to unstuck myself. I'm a great believer that when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and you appeared at the right time. That's all there is to it. So, if anybody is watching this video, it means Gina has appeared in your life. So please give it a try.
She walks where the sky